Hello friends, in this video tutorial we will see two concepts, that is term extraction transformation and term lookup transformation. So for the purpose of this tutorial we have created two tables. First is term underscore base underscore table. It has got 6 rows, right? 2 rows for mathematics, 2 rows for chemistry and 2 rows for physics. Okay, so this particular table has got a ID. It is auto increment number. Then there is a short description of the type of document, and the third is a n varchar column which contains description about the document. Okay, so over here we can see that mathematics, chemistry, physics, all these three are nouns, and our term extractor component, that is term extraction transformation, helps us to get the nouns out of a database table column, right? And it will also show us the frequency of these nouns. So for this purpose, let us add a OLEDB. Let us first of all add a data flow task. Then let us add a OLEDB source. Let us configure this OLEDB source to point to our database table, which is nothing but term underscore base underscore table. We require all the three columns. Save it. Now let us add term extraction transformation. Important to note over here is that term extraction transformation will work only if the data type is n varchar, okay, or n text. So now in term extraction transformation editor, what we are saying is that our terms, that is the nouns, are lying in this particular column. There is a third column, right? They are lying in VC data column, right? So that's what we are specifying over here, and it will output two columns. First column header will be term. It will contain the actual nouns, and the second column header will be score. It will show us a score, that is how many times this particular noun is appearing, right? Either a frequency or a TF-IDF score. Okay, this is a calculated number using algorithm. So now everything is configured, right? So let us click OK. Now over here it is telling us that some data which is not matching, right, which may be lost. So let us configure the error output and let us ignore the failure, right? So now that warning message is gone. Now let us do one thing. Let us output the data that we get from this transformation into a database table. Now I have created a database table for this purpose. The database table is this one, term reference table, and doesn't have right now any data in it. Okay, so let us point this to term reference table. Okay, so everything is configured. Now let us execute. Now 3 rows have been inserted. So let us see. So we can see that physics appears for 2 times, mathematics appears for 2 times, and chemistry appears for 2 times. And that's exactly what our data is, right? For each of these nouns we have got 2 rows, right? So that's how the data is, and that's what it is showing. So this particular transformation has worked absolutely correctly. Now one more thing we want to do. Let us provide exclusion. Now for this purpose I have created another table, term exclude table. Okay, and it has got only one record for chemistry, which means we want nouns to be output, but all the nouns except chemistry. So now in our case only mathematics and physics should be output. So let us provide the database table exclude table. The column is noise word. Okay, the column is noise word and the database table name is term exclude table. So that's what you have specified. So now let us make this particular table blank. Okay, so now our term reference table is once again blank and our destination is term reference table. So now whatever output comes, it will go into this blank table, right? Now let us execute. Well, let us verify. Okay, we have specified the exclusion also this time. So let us save and let us execute. So this time only 2 rows have been output to this table. So let's go and query. So we can see this time chemistry is not output, only physics and mathematics is output with its respective frequencies, that is 2, right? So this means our term extraction transformation has worked absolutely correctly. Okay, now let us see one more transformation, that is term lookup transformation. Okay, so for this let us add a data flow task. Let us add a OLEDB source. Let us make this OLEDB source point to our base table. Okay, so we require all the 3 columns. Let us save it. Now what will term lookup do? In our last transformation we have created a table called reference table, right? It had the output, right? Now we can use this reference table to specify the terms that we are looking for. So if we specify this table and the term column, then it means that we will be looking for physics and chemistry, physics and mathematics. We'll be looking for these 2 terms only. Okay, so let us go to our term lookup transformation and let us specify reference table. Okay, now let us specify how do we want to look up. So this is the data column where the whole data is lying, and what we want to look up in this data column, we want to look up the term, okay, coming from our reference table. And we don't want to go for case sensitive data, right? We want it to remain case insensitive. So let's also configure the error output and let's say ignore failure. Okay, okay, so now term lookup is configured. Now let us have a multicast over here and let us enable data viewer, correct? So now let us execute our transformation. So we can see that this time in our table, reference table, only physics and mathematics was present. So it has processed all the 4 records which had any of these terms, right? Other 2 records had chemistry, but 4 records had either mathematics or physics, right? This means that our lookup transformation, term lookup transformation, has worked absolutely correctly in the way we wanted it to work, right? So I hope friends this particular video tutorial on term extraction transformation and term lookup transformation is useful to you. Thank you.